Hello everyone, this is Christian Douglas here from Popular Comics to talk to you about our latest book, Punkdroid. And this was a book that was successfully funded through Kickstarter back in April and over $7,000. So we were very happy about it. And we got it last week and we're doing a video as promised. Okay, so you guys can check it out. So the book is a very nice one. So as you can see, this is the side. As you gonna see it from the side, okay, and it's the back. Okay, it's plus 14. So parents beware. Not for anything, but because a lot of the concepts that are on the book are not gonna be easily grasped by little kids. But there's nothing to be worried about in the book. There's no nudity, there's no explicit violence, there's no gore, so you can be rest assured upon that. For example, in Europe, it's plus 12. So okay, so the book is hard copy, and I don't know if you can guys see it. There's a small the letters, and also the sheep has this very cool effect on these two elements. Okay, upon when you can see it, it's barely best seen if you, of course, you have it in your hands. And the book is 125 copies, 125 pages, sorry, and color, and there's 13 stories. Okay, so this is all the legal paraphernalia, when it was published, etc., etc. And the first story, Redundant. The writer is myself, and the artist is Claudio Sanchez, fantastic artist from Spain. And you can see his style is superb. Okay, we're not gonna tell you too much about it. Let's say this is a story about greed and about things taken to the extreme. Okay, the second story is Partition by Mari Bellamy, wonderful artist from California. Her story is more I would say it's a kind of like a love story between this robot, the rabbit, and its owner. And it's the owner's like trapped in a suspension in a suspension tank in this ship. And as you see, the artwork is also spectacular. The colors of my uses are incredible, top of the line. This is gonna be San Diego Comic Con this year, as most of the years she's always there. It's from California, so it's her home turf. And again, I'm not gonna explain you too many things about it, but fantastic story. The third story is The Cycle by my wonderful friend Samuel Hernandez, the artist, and Eduardo Velayos is the writer. And this is more like a Mad Max in the very distant future, like 3,000 years from now. Some things are gonna happen, and some elements of humanity are gonna remain. Some elements of machines are also gonna remain. So it's about that, how survival is part of the game. This kid was one of the rewards of the crowdfunding, that you can be part of the story, and also the protagonist, this girl also here, was also part of the crowdfunding. So she was drawn inside as one of the main character and the secondary character. This fourth story is Neon Princess X, my buddy, my mate Eric Calavera, and the whole story is in Japanese, and I'm not gonna really tell you why, because that's explained at the end. As you say, you see his art is superb, fantastic. I love his color and the action, how he portrays it. So the last story is the Urge. Well, the last story, sorry, the fifth story is The Urge, script by me and art by Carlos Lopez. This is the more Blade Runner-ish of the whole bunch, and he's a character, this protagonist, who has an issue, and he's trying to battle against it, and things happen. let's put it there. Okay. Next one is Dirk and Delilah by my wonderful friend Duran Rivera. This is it's a very funny story. It's about his character Dick Domingo. He has I think seven issues already published by his studio, by Clinical Code Studios, and I highly recommend it. And as you can see, it's a kind of variation of Doc Rogers in the 23rd century. Those of us who are some ages, some years now, know about this character, Daffy Duck, but he's his own version, her take on it. You can see has fantastic expression, and it's this the conflict between him and Delilah, which is the AI of the ship, and the mission that he's supposed to take is to accomplish. Okay, wonderful story, this one. And my third one is this one, The Girl Who Want to Be Real. This is going to be the introduction of the Unpopular Tales Volume 2, sorry, and it's gonna be Pinocchio, and it's the story of how Pinocchio gets activated and who is the person that creates her and for what reasons. And okay, so as you can see here, the story will continue in the Unpopular Tales Volume 2. That's comic that's preparing good friend of mine, also Claudio Sanchez, the guy that drew the first story. So I will post. He's already posting certain frames and all that, but we will post, and hopefully the first number will be by early spring, I suppose, will be when we release the first one. Probably even previous to that, but we'll see. Okay, let's not hurry about that. SSCL 43. This is by the fantastic writer Soblon from Spain, and Ruben de Frutos does the inks and the drawings, and you have Josep Salvia who's done the color. And this is a very similar. It's a story on the alien front side. You have very warrior women, and you have monsters. So a lot of things happens, but you can see there's not really explicit violence. Okay, so as I mentioned before, the kids can be parents can be totally comfortable with the book. Okay, the Hawking Project is a story devised completely by Josel Savia, and it's kind of like a horror story based on the assumption that on the real character of the Professor Hawkins and his chair, how the chair could become alive and control him to a incredible degree, because you depend on the chair for living. So we're not gonna divulge too many details about it, because I want you to take a look at it and enjoy it. The next story is Jump by Francisco Maldonado. This is an action story, also based on a post-apocalyptic future in which robots are like protecting us, quote unquote, for our security, and how there's there's an attempt to start even things out. Okay, then we have Hunger by my friend Greg Mocking, and the story. Jared Harris is the pencil and inks, and Fabri Ferdian is the color. This is a story that's, again, is on your best interest that we don't talk too much about it. Let's say it's an artist, it's a starved artist that has some issues at home, because he never sells anything, he never finishes anything, and this mysterious character that likes his paintings and wants to be part of his studio. Okay, we're not gonna mention any more details, because better for you two guys to figure it out. Next story is What a Wonderful World. That's the debut of Victor Marin in comics, and wonderful art by Alejandro Merino. And this is a nuclear winter story, literally, in which we have a protagonist is the person that is in charge. He's come from a long line of person who've been in charge of bringing the electricity and heat to one of the few towns of mankind who are still surviving, and that is his story. So he needs to do regular maintenance on the battery, and things happen, and we're not gonna tell you anything more about it. Okay, the last story of the book, the 13th story, is you have to flip the book, okay, because it's something that this page in which it tells you, hey, please flip the book. Okay, so we wanted to make it also, as manga has so many cyberpunk stories and so many stories regarding robots, that we had to have one draw in manga style. This is done by the story, and the colors are by Sonia Kinsey, and the pencils and inks is done by Juan Larcon, which is fantastic, as you can see it. Okay, and the story of this girl that has a special friend, an AI special friend, and once again, we're not going to divulge too many more details about it. Okay, this Dreamy, I think it's called. No, yeah, the girl is called Sylvie, and this is Dreamy. Right, Dreamy, no, yeah. So things that happen, how she grows up with the. This is another of the person that had a reward being inside the comic. Gonna be the mom of the girl, Sylvie, and things happen as long as she keeps growing with the AI, and as long as the AIs keep being involved in his life. And we're not going to tell you too much about it. Okay, so as always, please buy the book and read it. This is the thank you pages of all our wonderful backers. We love you. Thank you for helping us bring this book to fruition and making a reality. And that's about it, people. So Punkdroid, remember punkdroid.eu if you want to get your copy of it. We just started a couple of weeks ago. So thank you. Have a wonderful day.